And if I'm hearing correctly, you've kind of reinvented that to where it's almost like a reverse mortgage, and they're able to benefit a little bit from them. So how does that go? And correct me on all the fallacies I just shared there.
Well, I mean, in a nutshell, I mean, that's kind of the way it works. Is you got to kind of think of it kind of like a reverse mortgage, except when you sell this asset, you've sold it. It's not where you get to keep the asset when it's over and done with. But it's a great way for senior citizens they're strapped for cash nowadays to basically sell an asset. And a life insurance policy is an asset.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of these seniors have been paying on these life insurance policies, as you said, for a number of years, and now they've come into a cash crunch or a need for capital for whatever reason, or they simply can't handle the payments on a life insurance policy anymore. And what typically happens in that instance, a senior citizen will allow the policy to just lapse. They don't get anything for it. The winner there is the insurance firm who've got to collect, those payments for many, many years. So with the life settlement, they're able to cash out that policy, and in more cases than not, they can actually receive more than the cash value that's built up into the policy. So we're not talking about it getting a small amount of money. We're talking about a very large sum of money.
That makes sense. You're sitting up there and you can actually sell an actual asset that 20, 30 years ago, that wasn't plausible. So that in itself is pretty reinventive. And I like it because so many products are gone as far as loans. You can't do a subprime loan. You can't do this kind of loan. You can't do this. You can't do that. Our hands are tied in what we can and can't do. So that in itself to me is just, stunning and shocking as far as what the capabilities are. And now to have that is something that's available, I think is amazing. But leave it to you to find a company that's able to do that. As you're getting out there and doing some of the other products that aren't so sophisticated, is it hard to find someone that needs to get a loan to get a house? Is it hard to find someone that wants to get a loan to refinance, or are those days come and gone?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, we're going through a major credit crunch in this country. In the news today, for example, Lehman Brothers, obviously, in a major financial disaster. They filed Chapter 11. Some larger banks we're starting to hear now are having issues. Washington Mutual, Wachovia, I just didn't mention a couple. We're truly in a credit crunch. We thought this might be restricted just to the banking industry, but now in today's news we understand and realize that AIG, which is one of the largest insurance firms in the world, is having some major financial issues. So this is causing major problems within our financial industry here in the United States, and it's going to filter out across the world.
Well, I just appreciate you being on our stage today and bringing hope to people out there that are in their elderly years and didn't know what their capabilities were and what they could do. So we're going to go to a public service announcement. When we come back, we're going to chance to talk about some of the leaders in the community and some of the young leaders in the community and what they're doing and what they're getting out there to make a difference. So I believe we have that public service announcement queued up. I think I saw a thumbs up back there. When we play that, we'll get that ball going, and we'll come back. We'll have more people. Today's show is sponsored by United Lending Group on Coffee and Sylvan in the city of Modesto. Penny Saver at www.pennysaverusa.com. Vale Creek Jeweler on Main Street in the city of Turlock. Nails by David Lee on Stanford and Tully in the city of Modesto.
Picture a network of hospitals that provide some of the finest quality medical care in the world, that goes out of their way to make kids feel comfortable and right at home. Now, picture that care provided totally without charge. That's the Shriners Hospitals for Children. If you know a child with orthopedic problems or severe burns, the Shriners could help. Call this number for more information.
Shriners, having fun and helping kids.
Since your feet are connected to the rest of you, walking not only gets you someplace.
Walking helps keep your bones and joints stronger longer. The human foot.
Get up, get out, get moving. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Catch The Morris Show on Assyria Vision, Channel 23 KBSV, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
Piano de pie.
Anderson,
I am Sandy Torres.
And what's your name?
I'm Damara Banderas.
Wow.
Alejandro Romo Carrillo.
Okay. And what's the name of your organization? Because you're working with the youth as leaders, so what's going on here?
Our program is called the Youth Action Commission of Stanislaus County. We are currently working with youth in the cities of Modesto, Ceres, Riverbank, Oakdale, Turla, and Patterson.
And when I kind of spoke to you in the pre-interview, I got the impression that each one of these individuals here, like one youth member is taking care of Ceres, one might be taking care of Turlock, one might be taking care of Modesto. How does that go, and what does that mean?
This is a pilot program. So the first year we invite youth from all over the county, and they participate, and we were located in Modesto. Now that they graduate from the program, they became ambassadors.
Okay.
And each of them live in different cities.
Okay.
Some of the youth, they are living in Ceres. Actually, they will be able to develop the chapter in cities. The ones that live in Oakdale is the case of Alice.
Okay.
She's going to build the one in
So
Oakdale.
what are you taking care of?
I am taking care of Modesto here as an ambassador, and
As an ambassador, what do you do? I mean, I was like, student court chairman when I was in high school, and I took care of cases, and I thought I was it, So what do you do? Do you actually teach people how to be leaders and how to get good grades? I mean, catch me up.
it's a way of saying, like, as a leader for each city, like, we have one person who, like, I have experience from the past year, Alex has experience from the past year, so does Maya. And from each city and town that we're from, we help out the new members that are coming in that we will be recruiting.
Right.
And we train them the way we were trained last year, so they get the experience that we had as well.
A domino effect. You're sitting up there, Alex, and you're a leader, and you've gone through the transition, and now you're standing tall. Do you find yourself kind of nervous trying to teach whoever your protege is? Okay, well, this is what I was taught. I need you to do that. And the second part of the question is, are you getting cooperation?
Well, the chapter hasn't been executed yet.
Okay.
We're still working on that. The kickoff date is October 23rd at the DoubleTree.
Okay.
But I don't feel nervous because our executive director is with us the whole process.
Great.
So we got that boost of confidence.
Okay. And for yourself, when you got introduced to this, were you surprised, like, now what are we doing again? Or did you get it right out the gate and say, oh, I like this, I'm having fun?
Yeah, I'm at the first day where we had the kickoff, I knew this was going to be a really good program, so it was never confusing for me. I always knew it was like a really good thing to be a part of. I knew it was actually going to be helpful and not just,
And you've developed a board of directors, and you sit up there and you work with all these people, but indirectly you're almost like a one-man band because you're doing the marketing, you're doing the producing. I'm guessing you put together the logo. So, when all that stuff is laying on your shoulders, how do you keep everything just going smooth right along?
One of the things that I believe is that this community is ready to get involved. They wanted to help the youth, so it's very easy to just engage the whole community to help me. I don't think I'm by myself. Besides, I believe the guy has a purpose for the youth, so I'm one of the many instruments that he's utilizing. One of the pieces that is helping me a lot is that now the ambassadors are pretty much involved in recruiting their advisory boards in each city.
Okay.
So each of them are meeting already with the mayor, with the schools, with the police department in each city. So they are inviting them to join efforts in this. We had the philosophy it takes a whole village to raise a child.
Right.
So our program is designed in a way that everybody is going to be able to contribute to put together. The youth actually are the ones who do the most work. They put together the community forum where they prioritize issues. They put together the youth conference where they invite other youth and they expose all the issues that are taking place, and they have an action plans, and they request from other participants to join efforts in those leadership trainings.
Perfect. You know what I thought would be good? Why don't we have you come on next week as well, because I'm so impressed with what you're getting accomplished here, and all the support and all the people in your group is tremendous. And then we'll have our next guest come up, because I think he's queuing up the PSA as we speak, and you can share some more and bring some more people back next week and get a chance to tell more details. And what's a contact number for you?
It's area 209-341-9854.
9854, so 341-9854. Okay, well, life is good. We're going to go to public service announcement. When we come back, we'll have someone who's extremely funny and extremely talented and does some pretty amazing things. So he's coming on. On Coffee and Sylvan in the city of Modesto. Penny Saver at www.pennysaverusa.com.
Vale Creek Jeweler.